Hello everyone, this is Ripper, and today we are playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare, and I'm going to be teaching you phantasmical people how to play the Knight. After the new Chivalry update, they messed with all the classes and all the balancing and everything, and it all got gobbledygooked up. So, why not make new tactics videos? As you can see, I'm teaching you guys how to play the Knight today. And my old Tactics Knight video was probably my most popular video. I think it was, actually, by views. So, today, I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and rekindle the lost flame. And in doing so, I am going to teach you fantastic people how to use the Knight in this new update. Yes! First head of the day. Alright. Okay, so, this is the Knight. He is slow, he has tons of health, and he loses less stamina when he blocks people. Okay, so he is essentially a tank, the definition of a tank. Here are his weapons. I know that's kind of jazzy. Hey, how you doing? Right now I am using the longsword. The longsword is my recommended weapon for the Knight if you're just starting out playing him. It's the first sword. You don't need to unlock it. And it's got a great balance of damage, range, and speed. Let me show you on the list. This is the longsword. As you can see, it's great. It's very well balanced. Compared to the other two swords, it's fantastic balance. It's very good at hitting enemies at a range. It's the highest ranged knight weapon there is, actually. So it is my recommended beginner weapon. Shut up, other computer. My recommended beginner weapon is the longsword. It is also probably my favorite out of all the other swords for the Knight. The Sword of War is fast, doesn't deal that much damage, though. And that's why I'd recommend the longsword over it. The Messer is fun if you know how to drag and you're not fighting a man-at-arms. Because it's very slow. So the longsword is what I'd recommend for swords, and also my recommendation to any new Knight player. So next up are the hammers. Now, the hammers are obviously high damage, and they're all blunt weapons. My favorite hammer is the Warhammer. My favorite hammer is the Maul, but the most feasible weapon is the Warhammer for the Knight. And I'll show you why. So the Knight's hammers are all very high damage, right? The Maul is the highest, but they all also have a speed deficiency. The Warhammer, however, is quite fast, and it also deals a decent amount of damage. The range, though, is limited, so you need to face hug. Oh, yay. Speak of the devil, the king of range, the Vanguard. I thought I'd hit him. He didn't. Okay. So, you don't want to use the Warhammer. Hey there. Just keep on teabagging, boy. You don't want to use the Warhammer against people with a long-range weapon. You want to use a weapon that can match that range. But I'm going to show you what happens anyway, because I'm trying to show you guys the weapon. So you want to take advantage of the damage and the speed. Wow! I'm not even hitting him. Oh, man, okay. Alright. He's a very good Vanguard. And I should have prefaced this. I'm not going to win every duel, and I'm also trying to teach you kind people. But take it as a learning experience. Don't use short-range weapons against long-range weapons. It does not work. There's something in the game called a bubble, which is essentially a distance around your character that your weapon can reach. If your opponent's bubble is larger than yours, they will almost always win a fight against you, unless you are faster than them. Then you can close the distance for your bubble a lot faster. So, with the Knight, you want to use their longer range weapons. The Warhammer, is a lot better for team objective type stuff, not so good for duels. Now, something like the Warhammer is the most viable in this section for just generally the Knight. But I do enjoy them all in the Grand Mace as well. But I wouldn't recommend any of these for competitive duel type thing. We're also fighting another Vanguard. Fantastic. He's using a slightly lower ranged weapon this time, however, compared to the other one. Oh, and he swapped weapons to a faster one. His weapon was faster than mine, and he is also a bit more skillful with the Vanguard than I am perhaps with the Knight. But also, these weapons, they don't make a lot of sense at all for duels. Okay? I might even do a separate tactics just for team objective. Oh shit, I thought I swapped weapons. Oh well. Okay, so those are the hammers of the Knight. Now we're going on to the axes. The double X, just don't use it. Just please don't use it. I know you have to use it to unlock these, but don't use it after you've unlocked those. There's no reason to. Oh, hey, there you go. You see, it works when they're switching weapons, ergo when they're vulnerable. But otherwise, it's not that effective. Now, something like the poleaxe in the axes section, it's probably my favorite axe. A lot of damage, a lot of range. The beard axe is also very, very good, so I would use one of these as an axe, and they're also very good for duels. The double axe is barely, it can't compete that well with anything. So you want to use the range of your weapon to your advantage. Oh, that was fantastic. That was fan-diddly-tastic. You see, the range of my weapon got me that first hit that essentially won me the battle. He started running away because he ran out of health. Alright, now I'm just going to show you quickly the bearded axe, which is probably one of my favorite knight weapons. The maul is my complete favorite. The bearded axe is my second favorite, yeah, because it's extremely fast, and you're about to see that here. So, to summarize, the poleaxe is definitely my recommended weapon in the axes section, because the bearded axe doesn't have too much speed over it, but if you're looking for pure damage and range, go for the poleaxe. I wouldn't recommend the double axe to really anyone after you've unlocked the other axes. Alright, so, bearded axe time. Forward! So the bearded axe, as you can see, very fast compared to every other weapon. It's probably the fastest primary knight weapon. Maybe only second to the Sword of War. Trying some rainbow moves, son. This guy knows how to rainbow. Rainbowing was what you saw. He pulled his sword over his head like some kind of acrobat guy. And he was doing it with the messer, which, like I said, it's slow, but if you know how to drag or do rainbows like he was doing, then you can use it. The messer is a very good competitive weapon for Chivalry because of the skill ceiling. We got some high-level chivalry play going on here. Nice! Very nice. And that is the art of competitive chivalry dueling. He is extremely good. So, I'm not going to show you guys the rainbow tactic that he was using, but he is an extremely good chivalry player for using it. I know it looks really weird and it's kind of glitchy, but it is a somewhat valid tactic. I don't like using it. So let's try to show you the bearded axe in a legitimate setting. You see, we own this guy in range, always. Unless he's using like the Norse sword or something. You see?
Join the order.
He was right outside my bubble when I killed him. Alright, that's enough of the bearded axe. Now we're going to focus... Oh, wait, that's right, the heavy flail. Bonus weapon. This was not here in my last tactics video, so we're going to see how we can do better with it. So the heavy flail, it's slow, but it's very strange. It's an interesting weapon in that it's... the trail that it follows is unpredictable. So it's weird for the enemy to block. Range-wise, it's actually pretty slow. It's actually slow. Range-wise, it's pretty low. As you can see, 12% range, although that's a little bit understated. It's very fast, and the damage is pretty good too. So, if you want just an interesting weapon to use, go for that one. I will also show you guys shields, probably. You know what? I'm going to show you guys shields now. With a sword, my favorite weapon. But before we show the shields, another bonus thing, I'm going to be showing you guys the mace. The mace is one of the many knight secondaries, and it is very fast. When you're fighting a man-at-arms, or a vanguard for that matter, where the only variable you have to count on is speed, go for the mace or the holy water sprinkler. Now, the mace has higher damage and reach than the holy water, but the holy water is quite a bit faster. So take your pick based on that. Morningstar is a very long-range secondary, but it's very slow. And I think the speed highly outweighs the range, so you definitely want to go for something like the mace if you're using a secondary. Now, I'm going to show you guys shields. Now, the art of using a shield with the knight is that you want to have it up only when you need it. Alright, now we got to take advantage of the bubble here. You see, if we can keep him outside of our bubble, then we can defeat him. The shield really comes in handy for the long-range type people, as you saw. Especially the tower shield. The one I was just using is the tower shield. The tower shield is great for going against archers, especially. But it's also good against just anyone you want to fight against. If you can deal with the lack of peripheral vision when holding it up, then the tower shield is definitely better than this one. This one. Better than the round shield, I think. GG. This one just has a lower peripheral vision lessening, I should say. That's the only difference. Ah, shit, I forgot to show you the sword. That's okay, I'll just tell it to you. So the broadsword is an extremely good alternative to the mace if you want something, if you want a bladed weapon rather than a blunted weapon as your secondary, go for the broadsword. In fact, the broadsword is my most recommended secondary for the knight.
Nearly had me there.
And let's just do one final bonus round for you guys with as many cool tactics as I can pull in here. I'm going to try a rainbow. Oh! Rainbow! It worked. Well, last kill of the game, I got a rainbow. Okay. Alright, let's give you guys a quick summation. How much time do I have? Oh, he already won. Okay, we're just waiting for other people. So, a quick summary. The knight is a tanky motherfucker. He has tons of health. Not a lot, not that much, though. So, don't overestimate the amount of damage you can take. You can take 3 or 4 hits from most primary weapons with the knight, but try not to overextend your health, right? Because you will die at some point. And also, he loses less stamina when he blocks. Okay, quickly now. For axes, primary axes, I would recommend the poleaxe. Primary hammers, I'd recommend the warhammer. And for any knight player, I would highly recommend the longsword as a starting weapon. And the heavy flail is just fun if you want to screw around. The secondary weapon I recommend is the broadsword, and use the kite shield on special if you can't deal with the extended lack of peripheral vision with the tower shield. That is how to play the knight in Chivalry. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video taught you something. Like, favorite, subscribe if it did, share it if you loved it, and please comment on just anything and everything you want to tell me, any questions about the video, any questions about the knight in general, and I will see you guys next time. As always, have a good day.